What's up, everybody? This is episode 12 of Peeling the Banana, which means we're live. And thanks to the No Filter Network, which is my host on every single podcast, we are waiting for our special guest today, Mikey Reynolds. It seems like we have some technical difficulties. And we will see if I can find it. So give us 1 second. A little background on Mikey, though. So I played with him in 2018. Yeah, you're good. Press knock. So I played with him in 2018. Good friend of mine. I actually just visited him this weekend. What's up, dude?
Got my pedicab license.
Oh, good for you, man. Roommate just got his pedicab, but he's listed in the Army right now. Nothing. Hey!
Oh, are we live?
Mikey's on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, I can't hear you, so I don't know what's going on.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
Mikey is on.
Hold on.
Mikey, is your mic off?
Says it's on.
Son of a... You're good. You can hear me. I can't hear you.
Yeah. iPad microphone.
Oh, this is a step in the right direction, folks.
It's like the meter of my
on?
microphone. Oh, you can't hear me. Noise suppression.
Mikey, whatever link you picked, exit on and off maybe, and try and come back on. Hello? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah!
All right.
Money time.
Sweet.
Now we're live, even though I've been live by myself for the last 5 minutes.
So everybody left then.
Everyone
all
left.
3,000 people.
Might have been 3 million, to be honest.
Could have been, probably.
In my dreams, in my fantasy, but dude, welcome to the podcast. We could have made about 5 podcasts while I was in Arizona with you this past weekend. It would have been some dope content, information, complaining, all the above that boys do on a hangout weekend sesh. So,
yeah, but it's different though. It's different than like being here, on a video and like you're expected
it's way
to talk.
Different.
You're expected to talk instead of it actually like flowing in regular conversation.
Yeah. Well,
but we had a good time. That was a really fun time this past weekend.
Dude, that was the first time we hung out, like actually hung out. I know I saw you last year during the banana tour, but that was the first time we actually hung out since probably minors days, like 2018, 2019.
Yeah, yeah. I was actually looking through the videos of the workout, the Diamondbacks workout that we went to in 2020. My dad filmed some videos, and I remember I got video of you hitting.
Like
I didn't get to
BP
watch
or
it
live?
live. We didn't hit BP with the
We
D-backs.
didn't?
No, it was just
Not
straight
even
into
7
live.
swings?
Yeah, it was maybe the Rangers.
Bro,
we did.
that was such a
But
brutal day. Like,
yeah, it was better this past time. It was 2 days. They broke it up into 2 days.
well, you also didn't have to play. You were a coach and scouting and enjoying it from the outside lines.
Yeah, but it was sunny and we didn't have any shade. Like all the players at least sit in the dugout. You know, you're like as a coach and a scout, you're behind the screen and you're like writing notes the whole time. So you're like way more focused than playing.
Yeah, you actually have to be focused.
It's a different kind of focus.
Paying attention. Did you find any players that interested you that could possibly, you started your coaching journey, so I mean, like, are there any players?
I love it now. I kind of get,
dude, how do you?
When you're a coach, you want players that are like you, right? You want players that, like, for me, it's like work ethic, right? How hard are they running down the line? Like, are they doing the little things right, the extra things? Even though towards the end of my career, going to those workouts, I didn't do those extra things. You know,
we were getting old.
Base hit and like casually rounded around first.
Yeah.
But those are things I look for. And there were some guys, though. There were some guys throwing. I mean, there was a dude, Jace Fines from A&M, 4th rounder in 2016. He was throwing 96, 97 with a 93 cut. Like,
what? And he doesn't have a team right now?
Yeah, I mean, Tyler Beardsley was up there, I mean, striking everybody out, throwing 95 with sink. And then, I mean, he had both slider that he could work both sides of the play. It was impressive, but like there's a lot of variables to where if the Diamondbacks are going to pick somebody up, if you're throwing like that, okay, how old is he? So if Tyler Beardsley's 29, 30, tough to pick up a guy that's 29, 30.
Put him in the bigs right away, bro.
I agree.
Or AAA. Why it frustrates me as a player still, and now you're on the coach's side, but I bet it frustrated you. But like, it frustrates me where baseball is going now. Like, you got these guys you just talked about with talent, mid-90s, sink, movement, throwing strikes. Why is it harder for guys to be finding jobs now in minor league ball? And even in independent ball, I mean, like, what's the deal, man? Like, it's kind of frustrating to see so much talent out there. What's the deal?
I think there's if you have the MLB stamp, obviously that's going to buy you a lot more time. You know, if you're a guy that's been in and out, or you don't have much experience, you don't have that high level of like a stamp on your name, that's going to hinder you, right? I think if you have the MLB stamp at all, you get more opportunities. But a lot of guys, it's just for hitters, it's tough. Hitters, you got to be more realistic to where, man, like there's a lot of young hitters and they're not going to sacrifice a pickup on a 29, 30-year-old guy if he didn't already prove himself in AA, AAA. Right? Like if you didn't prove yourself in AA, AAA, like, man, like how are we going to give this guy, how are we going to pick him up? He's too old to put in AA. Obviously it worked out for me. They say they saw something, or maybe I was the only one to get that COVID shot that they were like, hey, we're going to get this shot. Shit, where do you want me to shoot it, man?
I'll do anything to get back in.
Right? Like at the time, it's like.
But bro, the kind of player you were, like, you didn't play your age. Me and you have always played 5 years younger than what we are. You know, we were scrappy. We could hit for power, run the bases, play amazing defense. I mean, why has baseball now become such an age thing where you hit 27 and they kind of push you to the side? And now they want everyone in the big leagues to be 22 to 24. I
Yeah,
mean,
different game, and it's kind of like when we were playing and you didn't know why things were going on, and you kept trying to figure it out, and you're like, man, why is this guy going there? Why is this guy going there? You'll never know. It's like just you soon to realize, like, why am I wasting my efforts on something that I can't control, like something that is just like beyond your control and beyond your knowledge. Not knowledge, because I wouldn't say it's knowledge, but like you just don't know anything. Like they could give money to some guy and he had no clue that he made that much money, and then they got to cut him because he's making too much money. Whatever it is, there's a lot of business decisions that have to be made, but they don't value the veteran. That's the thing. The veteran presence is no longer like a big deal. It's not a value.
And it doesn't make sense. I mean, look at championship teams in anything. Most teams are led by amazing veteran leadership. Yep. And it seems like winning isn't a thing now. Obviously, everyone wants to win a World Series, but teams are, I don't know, man, they're just going a different way. Like,
that's why you can hit
ball. But even in indie ball, bro, you can hit 200, but you're hitting 15, 20 plus bombs. Sign them. And you play average defense.
Yeah, but you can't sign an indie ball guy that's hitting 200. Indie ball, if you're going to get picked up, you got to be hitting freaking 300, 350 with 30 bombs.
Right.
And then look at the guys that did that. They didn't get picked up either.
Yeah, I mean, to get out of indie ball, yes, you want to hit 280 and up with homer numbers, power numbers. But like you can stick around for years and years, minor league and indie ball, if you just hit for power, not doubles and homers with average defense.
Yeah, different organizations. There's organizations that value other things, but it's mainly it's mainly the sabermetrics of not launch angle, but like OPS. So they want slugging plus on base. What's up? What do you need?
I need those Toms.
Oh, here.
Hey, Dave, jump on the podcast.
Yeah, we're out front in the van. It's just a spot that I can hang out, get out of the house for a little bit.
Well,
Mom's back home. You thought when you're here, you love the van, huh? The van's
sweet. We were in there the first night on Friday night after playing some pickleball.
Yeah, because we wake up Mom.
Yeah, we can't wake up. Well, we kind of did, and it was my fault. I was talking a little loud. It was like 10:30 probably.
Yeah.
And I thought the sliding doors and the acoustics didn't work, and we went to the van and
good acoustics in there.
Yeah, but that van was awesome.
Yeah, so for my friends watching, Breland Almadova, a teammate of mine in Sussex, 2018, won the championship together, played amazing center field, web gems that I have never seen before. You look them up, Breland Almadova, web gem, I'm sure number 5 or something like that. What number? Number 2, probably.
Well, no. So there's 2 sports centers. They did like a highlight one on Snapchat, which was like number 3. And then on the regular ESPN on TV, it was number 8. But that was in 2019 when I came back.
Yeah.
So we won it. I left to go to the Atlantic League and then came back for the month and then into playoffs.
That's right, 2019. That's when you made that play. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we still should have won it back to back.
My friends out there, then he played for most famously for the Party Animals and Bananas, which I always I enjoyed watching you play so much. I went out to Sugarland. He gave me a ticket. I ended up giving him a cricket ball bat that my sister was in town, and she happened to be in town at the same time. We got a cricket bat, and he used it during game. It was awesome. Got a bunch of views on Major League Cricket, supporting cricket. I mean, groundbreaking sport here in America is cricket.
And that was the first time a cricket bat was used in banana ball. So, I mean, I was part of a first in this whole first of a new upcoming of baseball.
Yeah, yeah. And then you got kicked off. And then you got kicked off the team.
And then they said,
shit, big mouth, talking shit, gets kicked off the team.
yeah, that's what happens when you talk shit. But
yeah,
hey, you live and learn, man.
Live and learn.
Live and learn.
For my friends out there, I don't know who's out there.
Oh, don't worry. This will be posted on YouTube and Spotify in about 5 days. I always post
Spotify.
something like that. Yeah.
Spotify. Wow, you're stepping it up here, Braylon.
You can find this podcast on Spotify.
Who are your sponsors? Let's give a shout out to the sponsors.
Sponsors is No Filter Network, which is the platform that I'm using right now for the podcast. And I mean, if anything, we got Mono Living, of course, the Smoothie King.
Smoothie King.
And just me, man. That's it, man. There's no money in this. This is for fun, to connect with people and to talk to friends, man. Like, I've gone through some emotional intelligence after the kickoff of the party animals and really started learning more about myself, more about gratitude, compassion, and connecting with others. And that's why we're all here on this planet, is to connect. You know, is to create relationships and
too connected. We're so connected that we're disconnected.
That's facts.
So
no word said truer than that by Mikey Reynolds.
Yep. I'm a culprit of it too, because it's so easy to connect, yet it's so sometimes hard to call people that you haven't talked to in a while.
It's so easy to disconnect because we're just so comfortable in our own space.
Love it. I love the comfortability. Look at me. I built a van because of it.
But that's not comfort. That takes work. Like, that's getting out of your comfort zone and dealing with financials and building and YouTubing and research. And look at what you and your dad made. A beautiful van. And by the way, it is for sale, people.
It is for sale.
It is for sale.
Let's get the bidding going.
Mikey will make you a deal.
Come on. Call me up. I'll give you a deal.
Girls, you get a special deal.
No, it's a perfect opportunity for somebody to do van life. Seriously, if like somebody wanted to live in a van for like a month or whatever, a couple months, this is like perfect for it. Just get some solar so that it recharges the batteries instead of having a source of power that you have to connect to. I mean, we have the inverter in here, which you charge the battery in the back, but you have to charge it somehow. So solar would be nice, but we have a dartboard in here. So
yes, that's big time.
This is pretty sweet,
bro. Just the whole look of it, because I love wood, and the way you guys made that inside with the wood look, the stained wood. I mean, it's bullseye.
Number 2.
Triple two. Oh, he likes it too.
He likes it too. Yeah, that's it.
So how long did you live the van life?
Well, I never lived it. I just vacationed it. It was more of a traveling, like, so we built it in end of 21, and then 22 I drove it out to Sussex County, New Jersey, to like, hopefully, I didn't know if my living circumstances were going to make me live in it, but we had an apartment at the field. I was able to stay there. So this was like a man cave. This was your closet, my closet. This was sometimes a kitchen. This is a hangout spot, living room. It literally like acted as all of those. So it was fun. Yeah. We had it parked right outside the locker room. And I mean, if we wanted to hang out, shoot the shit, come in here.
You should have asked Justin or Bobby at the time if you could have done some sort of promo drive on the field with the camper van.
We might freak people out.
And
like, who the fuck is this?
And all the players hop out in ninja suits and go to their starting positions.
I don't know. Maybe stick to your day job, Braylon. I don't know if promotional choreographers.
That's what happens when you get into Banana Line. You start thinking of the most wacky, stupid ideas ever.
Yeah. I'm sure Justin will listen to that. He's up for anything.
Hey, well, Bobby offered me an on-field job when he was with the JUCO, so he was looking for some sort of promoter, marketing, entertainment guy.
Man. Entertainment. That's you.
That's what I do, but that's what I do as a player. And my time as a player is still going on, so when I transition, then we'll see what kind of entertainer I can be after that.
Yeah.
But right now,
yeah,
it's just
Breland as a player, and let's see, I'll go back to one of the times where he didn't give me a secondary lead on a double I hit in the right center gap. So I'm calling you out right now.
Did I not score from first?
Didn't score from first, and at the time, I don't give a shit. And then I'm watching the replay, and you are just standing there when the pitch is being thrown. Standing there, no secondary, no steal, nothing, just standing there.
I wonder if I was picked off the pitch before and I was like, I just stood there.
I don't know. Either way, you took the play off and it cost me an RBI. So.
Yeah. Well, I got the third.
You got the third, yeah. That doesn't.
I mean, knowing my speed, yes, I should have scored easily.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we got it on camera. Don't worry, I got it on video. I can send it to you. Yeah. I think I did send it to you at one point.
So is Bobby sending? So is Bobby sending me, and then he held me up late, or is it more just like right on the bag here?
It was just you were two. It was like no good secondary, jogging out of the stance, whatever you were in. And
is this a home game? Yeah.
Yeah, home game. Yep, home game. So kids, never do that. All right, always secondary lead.
If you're playing regular baseball, everybody hustle 100% and go all out.
Yeah,
that's one thing I learned about baseball.
Way. I mean, you can't be you can't be chaotic out there.
Yeah,
you can't go balls to the wall and not know what you're doing.
Have a head on your shoulders when you play the game. Don't be a headless chicken.
Yep. Now ask questions. Ask questions. That's a big thing that I see in youth ball. So when I got done playing, I went out and coached youth select ball over in Texas for a year. Probably a good year. And so you see a lot of baseball, the development process of baseball with 14-year-olds, and you see like what's not being taught, what is being taught. And you're like, it's just mind blowing sometimes the things you see. And a lot of it's just like accountability, right? With these kids, they don't have accountability. It's always somebody else's fault. Hands up, blaming somebody, not celebrating the little things. There's so many things that these kids can do now to stand out that they don't do. So that's also like it was a challenge to get really into a youth ball type of coaching when the talent and the passion isn't all there, and you only get like a day or two with these kids for an hour or two a week. So it was tough. It was tough getting the best out of guys when you don't see them. And these kids they're playing football, especially in Texas. These guys are playing football and like hurting themselves, like collarbone fractures. Like these kids are 13 years old with fractured collarbones in Texas. It's crazy.
If you were to stick with coaching kids, what is your like philosophy of coaching kids? I mean, like how do you coach them?
Patience. You got to teach them everything. You can't assume that they know anything. Can't expect anything. So it's like, instead of like telling them, like you have to explain it to them. Sometimes you have to explain it over and over, and maybe it could be in a different way that you explained it the first time. But it's patience, repetitions, right? It's just practice. Because we've had so much. Our instincts when we were playing pickleball with the ball, is just elite because we've played with balls our whole life. No homo.
Yeah. No homo.
No homo. But
it's okay. If you do want to play with balls, it's totally okay. In 2024, we can't judge.
That's fine. I play with my own balls.
Yeah.
But
we play with balls our whole life.
So our instincts are just elite, right? Like we know how the ball like spins. We can see it in the air, how it's going to bounce. We can react better. But
our
like
hand-eye foot coordination.
And we can factor in the dirt, right? How soft, how hard the dirt is.
Right.
If there's clay under it, the grass is hard, soft. The spin going off. There's a lot of variables that just, when you played so long, it just comes. And you can't teach that. It's just experience and repetition. So it's like, I mean, I'm glad before coaching now professionally that I coached youth ball, because it's like you really have to know the game. You have to drop it down to an elementary level. Like we know the game, but do we know how to teach the game? Not every player is a good coach. So
not every coach was even a player.
Yeah,
that's what I'm learning too.
Good coaches, right? They can be players that sucked or didn't get anywhere.
But it's just of how much did they learn and how well can they translate what they know to a player, because every player is different, right? So you want to coach a player and use lingo that they can understand, and every player is going to be different.
Yep. Unless you got some Latinos on the team and you don't know how to speak Spanish.
You speak a little Spanglish.
Hey,
little, like, ¿cómo está? ¿Qué lo que hay? Hey, papi, mucho homer.
Mi español es mierda.
Muy mierda. That's okay, papi. At least you tried. Okay.
Yeah, I saw actually a guy that was in AAA when I was in low A with the Braves in 2014 or 15, something like that. He was walking around. I was working youth baseball tournaments around the valley, and he was walking around. Good dude from the Dominican. He's just walking around. I hadn't seen him in 9 years. And I'm like, dude, I forgot his name. I was like, hey, did you play for the Braves? And he's like, yeah, what year? And I ended up knowing him. He was walking around trying to find a team for his kids to play. And he lives in Arizona now. He's coaching with the Dodgers.
So, I bet his name was Pedro.
It was close. It was oh man, now I forget. It was one of them. It wasn't Pedro, but I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, so it's crazy, like baseball, being around baseball, you see guys that you haven't seen in a while, and you're just back talking to them like you never left them.
Well, because the game of base, dude, our network is so huge. You know, like you got invited to the Diamondbacks thing because of Cash. You know, we both know Cash. And then you also got picked up because of Cash and Carmenucci.
Yeah. So well, they didn't know me until we walked onto that workout.
I know, but just like from that workout, and then you still went to indie ball, and the fact that, you know, your name, once your name is like written down or found in a database, you know, you can be found a little easier. You know, and then you put up good numbers and you're on the top of the list. And then from there, you play for them, or they are the ones that sign you as a scout. And then now, after you're playing, you have a coaching connection.
Yep, so that's the thing. Like, I knew all those coaches and scouts there just because they remembered me playing against them. They remembered.
Oh yeah, because it was this scrappy Mikey Reynolds that everyone fucking hated. Like, I hate playing this guy because he never gets out.
Yeah, that's the compliment I get. I played hard, which is great. Love that legacy. Love that. I
mean,
I really do.
That's what you want to be known. You want to be known as the guy most hated to play, not because you're a dick or an asshole, but because you played so well that you caused problems for that other team.
Yeah, but also, like, it was not all good either. I was very up and down because I rode the roller coaster of success, of failure, instead of, you know, like focusing on what I could control, the things that you could control, and not getting too high, too low. I definitely rode those. Definitely rode in pro ball. You're not held accountable as much, right? In college, like, we had a coach that jumped your ass. Like, Rob Childress would have jumped my ass. Like, if I'm being selfish, if I'm feeling bad for myself, like, if the going's getting tough and I'm not getting tougher, and I'm just getting weak, like, he's gonna call my ass out, and boom, it's like you jumped in a cold plunge. You know, you're like, oh shit, wake up, like, you need to be a better teammate. And that's what you don't have. That you don't have that in pro ball. You don't have coaches jumping your ass like that. No, and it's like some guys take well to it. Like, some guys don't. Some guys do take well if it's justified, right? If it's justified, and if you've got your reason behind it, if you're gonna call me out, like, explain, right, what I'm doing wrong. Don't just call me out. Right. But shit, that helped me tremendously as a player to kind of focus on things that you can control.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just as guilty as you as far as riding that emotional roller coaster. You go up, and we stay up, and then when we start crashing down, it's like how the hell do we get out of it? And we're a
Hmm.
mess, and people don't want to be around us, and just
Yeah,
up and
big
down,
time.
up and down, up and down, and no one's
Yeah, you
holding us
isolate
accountable in
yourself.
pro ball.
Yeah, that's, I mean, it's common amongst a lot of players that you talk to that, having a conversation just like we are now. That, right? So it's like, as a coach, I can now take that stress off guys. I can kind of sense when that's going on and kind of help, right? And be there to help. Like sometimes we didn't have that. We didn't have a
Hmm.
coach that was there to help out. To, hey, I believe in you, man. You got this. Like I know you have this. Just keep working here. Whatever it is, gives you some more confidence in yourself. To all right, the next day I got this. I got this. Instead of just snowballing on your negative thoughts. So I
Yeah,
love being in a position now that I know what I needed and what I did do right, like to succeed. So as a coach, now I can focus on that.
yeah. I mean, like, imagine if we had a player personnel coach who doesn't really hold our hand, but keeps us in check every day to make sure we're not riding this up and down roller coaster of emotions and highs and lows of this game of failure. Um, how much it's hard to look back and say we would have been better, but
You get like that's the thing. That's where toughness comes. Like that's
yeah.
where you can't look for anybody else. It's like toughness. It's like when the going and we had this AAIT at Texas A&M: attitude, approach, intensity, toughness. Right. So attitude is your supreme belief to win whatever you're playing, checkers, baseball, whatever it is. Supreme
Yep.
belief in yourself. Approach is like knowing your role within the confines of the team. Like whoever knows his limit, like knows no limitations, right? And then attitude, approach, intensity, the desire and passion to play.
Hmm.
And then the last one, toughness is when the going's tough, when it's getting hard and you're failing, having all three of the above, still having that approach, that attitude, approach, and intensity. So
Dude,
that was like it was preached to us at A&M. Preach.
that's so good. I had to write it down.
Yeah, AAIT. Rob Childress. He's the pitching coach at Nebraska now.
Wow.
He went down like he was the head coach, and they got Schlossnagle. Schlossnagle.
Flashnagle.
Schloss, however you say it. Yeah, they got him. But yeah, so those four pillars, right? Those values, those principles. That's kind of how we built the team on.
Bro,
That's
I
cool.
think as a coach now, you need to be passing that down, bro. Because I mean,
Well,
we
yeah,
need our job now as older guys is to pass down what we know now into the younger generation and help them skip those times of beating ourselves up because we didn't have the mental capacity, mental knowledge
yeah,
of of the game, of our attitude. We just didn't understand. We were just these egotistical, all right, I'm the best.
yeah,
But when shit goes wrong, we're just like, what the fuck?
yeah.
And
You didn't know
we
how you
still
got
think
there.
I'm
Like
I'm the best,
there
but
was
we
no
don't know.
routine. It
Yeah.
was all just
Like,
it was all just I'm the shit. I'm the best. No routine. I can do this. And then when
yeah.
shit goes wrong, shoot, what do I go back to? There was no routine to go back to.
You didn't
Then
have
you
a
spiral.
plan.
Didn't have
Your
a
only
plan.
plan was show up and play. Whereas when things go wrong, okay, show up. I'm not feeling good today. What are my three, four things that I can do to
Keep me
at
consistent.
least keep me consistent, but also know and have the confidence that, okay, I did these things. Now we just go play. And if it doesn't work, then we go back again. We just keep doing it. Just keep doing the
Mm-hmm.
routines.
Yep. 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 Yep.
And
Yep.
it's and then at times we overthink it and we change our swing or we start drastically changing our superstitions. We're like, okay, well, we ate that yesterday, and then you just start overthinking things and stop doing this to do this and whatnot, and you just a whirlwind up in your head.
Mm-hmm. And then when your head, right, the muscle, if that's tense, then my body's going to be tense, right? It's like kind of like riding a horse, and the horse senses your energy. If you're tense, that horse is going to be tense. I don't know. I've never really like got into riding horses, but I've seen Avatar, and if you like, you're not connected, bro.
That's right.
You're not getting on that thing if you're not connected.
No, it's gonna fight.
That mind's loose. That body's a little bit looser, and now that hose can flow, and there's no kinks. That's also the biggest thing that, Brian Cain was good at this, is breathing, having a routine. Breathing, slowing that heart rate down, being into the ground is a big thing for any athlete. It's just like slowing everything down and just being rooted, and then your body's going to work a little bit better.
Brian Cain, if anyone doesn't know, is one of the best mental performance coaches in the world. He has this amazing book, which I have right here, The 10 Pillars of Mental Performance Mastery.
Oh, look at that, Brian Cain. That looks like a new edition.
Yeah, this one's new. Yeah, I hope everyone can see it.
A&M baseball hired him back in 2012. And we were all, I was the only one from out of state. And everybody else from Texas, like hard nose, like blue collar Texas,
good old Texas boy,
rednecks. Like, I don't need no mental coach. So like this Brian Cain came out, and everybody's like, "What the fuck is this shit?" Like, we don't need this stuff. We didn't, and I was the same way. I didn't need it. Like, I was already so confident. I was at A&M. I was a shortstop. I don't need you. But I did take some stuff from him, which was good. I'm glad I did, instead of completely shutting him out. But yeah, it was a brief stint with Brian Cain. He didn't last too long. It was maybe like, he was expensive too, like that dude. But for the schools, it was probably nothing. And for what he does to your mentals, it's critical. And I think it's very important, really. Looking back, like, it is well worth the money, I'm sure. I don't know. There's a lot of money. It's probably more money now. But
well, if you really think you need to hire someone, hire him, because he's that good. But I do believe through books and life experiences, you can create that mental toughness. But it's crazy to know that 10 years ago and beyond that, a mental performance coach was never a thing. We were just like, you're either going to be a bitch or you're going to tough it out and keep going. Like you had two options. Now, now they're teaching the same thing, but in totally different ways when it comes to holistic and innovative approaches, like you said, breathing, grounding, which creates mental clarity. So
it wasn't cool. Crazy. It wasn't cool before. It's not a cool thing, but now it wasn't a cool. Seems like there's more anxiety in the air today.
There's more anxiety for everyone for no reason.
There's a lot of uneasiness, tension that is created by a lot of things. We could go freaking deep down the rabbit hole and talk about all that stuff. But at the end of the day, just focus on yourself, being a good person. That's going to make the world. That's the only thing you can really control, right? Is how you act and being a good example. So I the same way I create anxiety. Like, dude, when you go to the gym, it's so weird when you go to a full gym, right? And nobody talks to each other.
Nobody.
It's so crazy.
Everyone headphones on. That's why I hate having headphones on.
It blows my mind. Yeah, everybody's got the headphones, and you're just like, and I'm guilty of it sometimes, because sometimes I don't want to talk to people, so it's easy to put the AirPods on and get a good workout, whatever. But it is just really awkward. You're like right by somebody, and you got that in common, right? Like, you have working out in common, you can talk.
That's why,
scared.
Are you using that? Are you almost done? Okay, no. Okay, I'll go fuck myself and go back the other side.
It's so weird, but I do love the Lifetime Fitness. Oh no, I always say Lifetime.
It is Lifetime.
Yeah. It's lifetime.
It's lifetime.
I love it. It is lifetime. It's a lifetime. It really is. It's
a lifestyle
great
for a
time
lifetime
to be
with
alive.
beautiful people. I do
Yep.
think you're onto something with the whole gym thing. Like, it's a place like everyone has a commonality and something that we're all doing. So why are we going there and isolating ourselves out with headphones? And
Yeah.
I get people want to listen to their own music and hype themselves up, but at the same time, I always think like everyone's so disconnected to the world and the people in that gym that's literally just trying to do the same thing as you, which is be healthy, get
Yeah.
better, and
Yeah, but it
find.
is a good, on the flip side, like you can look at that, like, dang, like it's weird. But on the flip side, it is good energy. I went at 5 this morning just
Oh,
because I wanted
you.
to try it. I wanted to see, I was up early and I was like, I want to see what this place is like at 5 in the morning. Shit was packed, like just as packed as it would be at 7
Hmm.
or at 5. Well,
Even
not
noon
5,
though.
but
Even
it
noon,
was
there's a
crazy.
good
People are
crowd.
up and they're doing shit and they're healthy and they're active. It's a cool place to be if you want some good vibes, get you going, like
Hmm.
other people getting after it. And it's pretty, and then of course you got your babes there just getting after it in the yoga
Oh,
pants, looking hot, probably
yep,
married.
yep. Oh yeah,
Probably.
dude, they're always taken, man. They're always taken, and it's just not fair. It's like we're late to the party.
We've been traveling, dude.
I
That's why
know. See, like that's the thing. It's like as much as we want a hottie patati, we've been busy living our lives, our dreams,
I
playing
found
pro ball,
when I
traveling.
when I moved to Texas, I thought, man, this would be a good place to plant the roots and start, maybe hopefully
Mm,
get a family going. And when you look, and we talked about this, we kind of briefly brought it up when you were here. When you want something and you try to get it, it's not going to happen.
doesn't work.
It just needs to happen organically. And I was kind of not living a good life over there. I wasn't happy because I was trying to force something instead of just live what made me happy, what I look
Yeah.
forward to. And then if something came along, then great. But
Be an energy giver, not an energy taker.
Energy giver. Yep, definitely. Yeah. But yeah, our girls out there, man. Our girls. You said you wanted.
Bro,
You said you
there's
wanted to.
billions. There's billions.
You said you wanted kids, so I don't know if I do. I'm probably good on that. I can barely take control of my
You got
dog.
Hunter. Hunter's a great kid.
Yeah, but his recall shit. Hunter.
You gotta shave his neck part so the collar can actually buzz his neck.
Yeah. Oh, he's right here.
Oh, Hunter!
Who's that? Is that Breland?
Wow, that's the most calm I've ever seen him. He's like, "What are you doing, man?"
Yeah, he likes the van.
That is so cool, and that's his spot. So when you drive, or when you did drive and you got him, was that his spot on the road, or would he be shotgun?
He couldn't really stay still for too long. He likes the shotgun. He got kind of big, and I would put his bed right in the middle of the seats, and he could sit up and kind of eat. And then he would lay down. Then he'd go back in the back to lay down. I think he just found the cool spot.
Yeah.
That on the floor we got the wood tiled floors, so they're a little bit cooler.
Just a dog being a dog.
But he's the best. He really is. He's taught me a lot about having responsibility.
I mean, slightly easier than a baby, though. I'll tell you that much.
I don't know, man. Just kidding. I actually don't know.
I mean, imagine changing diapers. At least with him, when you take him on walks, he's out in the desert. You don't have to pick it up. It's just fertilizer.
That's coyote shit.
Yeah, it's fertilizer and keeps the yotes away.
How long do these go normally? Because Joe Rogan's go like 3 hours.
Mine.
I gotta play softball tonight, so
mine is limited to an hour. So we maybe got like 15 more men left. What's the where are you batting in the softball tonight?
What, where am I in the lineup?
Yeah.
They put me either first, third, or fourth, something like that. But hitting a softball is a lot different. It's not, I mean, obviously it's not a lot because it's the same motion, but the ball's coming from over your head, dropping. So you're not like
it's a different angle, bro.
Different. Well, you don't want to get, but that's the thing. You don't want to meet the angle down here. You want to get on top of it and drive backspin. Yeah, so it's, I mean, my swing sometimes doesn't play. Sometimes I'll hit some home runs and hit some balls hard, but a lot of the times I'll roll over. The timing, it's just so slow.
But is that competitive spirit still in you, or you get out and you're like,
well, I hit a guy and sent him to the emergency room about, let's see, that was 2017. 2017. So I sent a guy I hit one right back up the middle really hard.
Oh, that's a big no-no.
It was the next at bat after I hit one about 440 to left. So I'm trying to hit it 500. And he threw me an outside pitch, and I'm still trying to hit it 500.
Okay, yeah, you're trying to pull the shit out of it.
Dude, he got smoked in the face. Like, ate the ball. Like, teeth were on the ground. Teeth were on the ground. Parts of his lip were on the ground. Like, this guy got exploded. So,
like an older guy, like in his 40s?
No, at the time he was probably 30. He was probably our age right now, and he was overweight guy. So he couldn't. I mean, he didn't have any time to move, but he didn't really get out of the way quick, and he ended up having to go to plastic surgery. He had that night plastic surgery. So
the game was called. Was the game called?
Yeah. I helped him go to the emergency room. I kind of stayed with him a little bit. But anyways, he was a little bit bigger before, and I saw him a couple of years later, and he had lost some weight. He had lost quite a bit of weight, and he was happier. So maybe, just not having a mouth to eat, and he couldn't eat any food maybe for a while. I don't know.
Liquid diet, and you kickstarted his health journey and his weight loss.
Could have been. It was what was meant
now
to be.
His wife is happy.
If he had a wife, yeah, I don't know. He wasn't a good looking guy, so I don't know if he was rich, then yeah, then.
Hey, if you're ugly but rich, you get women.
It plays. It plays.
It plays. If you're ugly with no money, you better have the sweetest heart, because that's the only thing that's going to work.
You better be 6'4".
Well, that too.
That's it. If you don't have
6'4".
First of all, you have to have some money. If you don't have money, you're fine.
You're fine.
You got
at least a couple bucks in the bank account.
Unless you're 6'8". Now, okay, maybe that might work.
Yeah, I was watching something on YouTube or Instagram, and Billy, the guy from the Jackals who does like all the interviews.
Yeah, Billy Bad Boy.
Yeah. So interviewed this one girl at a game, and he asked, "So do you who's the most athletic athlete or sport, right?" And she's like, "Well, it's not baseball." And he's like, "Well, then who is it?" "Basketball." And he's like, "Well, why?" "Because they're tall." Height's everything, bro. Especially to a girl. Don't let them fool you.
It's the survival of the fittest. It's the Darwinism. It's how the world goes round.
The bigger, stronger, faster.
That's what it is. That's what it is. It sucks. We just got born into it. Well, yeah. Fine. You're 6 foot. You're good. 6'1".
Yeah.
6'1". Yeah.
I'm fine. And then we put shoes on, and then we're about an inch taller.
There's this procedure that
you can get your knees done.
That lengthens the knee joint, or maybe it's just lengthens the femur bone. I think they put some expanding device in there, and it just like expands bone and like grows it, right? So you can grow, like if you're 5'8", say, you can get up to, depends on how much money you want to spend, but you can like 4 inches, right? And you can be 6 foot.
Would you consider that?
No. If I'm going to spend money on myself, I'm gonna put some freaking plugs in my head, bro. I'm getting hair transplant, dude. I'm gonna look like like a surfer.
Medical Man Cave. They have one in Scottsdale. I think I can hook you up, and I know the CEO.
Oh, what of hair follicle?
Well, Medical Man Cave is a doctor's office for men's issues. Only men.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, it's a
Yeah.
cool concept. It's a
So
cool
if you have erectile dysfunction, if you want a larger penis, if you want more hair on your body,
if you want to cut your dick off.
Yeah. If you
Oh
want
no, that's not manly though. I don't know. I don't think they should support that.
I don't. Well,
if they're the man cave, like you can't cut it off, dude. That's like your only man item that makes you a man.
Yeah. So yeah, they are only about men and taking care of men because like for women they have everything. You know, there's spas for women, there's gynos for women, there's no gyno for men, right? There probably is.
There's a prostate
doctor. Yeah, there's a prostate doctor.
There's prostate exams.
At Medical Man Cave, any issue a man has, from autoimmune diseases to making your little wee wee go big wee wee.
Is that big to you?
Yeah, dude. I think on average, bro, I read like the average penis is only like 3 or 4 inches.
Yeah, well, I'm not talking about penis size. My mom's probably going to be watching at some point.
Well, that's all right. This is on No Filter Network, but let's skip this topic and let's go to your
what kind of questions
for this year?
What the hell? You're freaking, huh?
Well, let's go to your transition from player to now coaching, and you're going to be coaching with the Lexington Legends in the Atlantic League. What are you looking forward to most in your first year professional coaching?
Learning from the staff. That's the staff that we have. Greg Zahn is our head coach. He's played in the big leagues for 16 years. He was a catcher, so he knows the game. You know, he knows the game. I mean, arguably better than anybody else. Being a catcher for that long at that kind of level, it's like he knows how to manage the game. And also, you know, being on staff with Arthur Rhodes, who pitched 20 years in the show. It's like this staff, and then Kevin Castleberry, who's on staff, who I looked him up, didn't know who he was, but he got to AAA, kind of like a guy like me, playing everywhere. So like just learning and seeing how it's done, right? Not coming in expecting to know anything, just really just kind of keep an open mind and just try to absorb and obviously be there for the players, because that's at the end of the day what you're there for. So it's not for me. Right. It's to try to better these players, which I'm excited. That's like most what I'm excited for is talking to these players and hopefully making them better ball players. Yeah, because
you're dealing with coaches that is more old school style. So the new school isn't really coming into this team, it seems like. And it's going to be how would you say Zahn's philosophy in baseball is?
I think it's old school, definitely. Like you say, it's just
conversations that you've had.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't met, but like we've talked quite a bit on the phone, and we're pretty much the same guy when it comes to like what we expect in a team and the players. And I mean, it's old school, definitely old school, to where we're busting everything out, running everything out. We're going to be stealing bags, creating chaos on the baselines, and we're going to be super athletic. You know, we're not going to have guys in there that can just, you know, multiple guys in the lineup that are just there for hitting home runs. That's not going to be us. We're going to play old school baseball, definitely. So that's kind of my style of baseball. That's what I know. So it's going to be fun to see what we can do. As far as like all the guys, you know, we've been out of the game. Well, you're still in the game. So, you know, the guys that he signed.
Dude, you're just out of the game. So
just out of the game, but I don't know a lot of these guys. A lot of these guys are young. They're young.
I don't know any of them. I mean, it seems like the roster Zahn is putting together is a very young roster with not a lot of veteran experience. Like if anything, you would be the vet if you were, you know, in that player coach role, but you're only as a coach.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, big time. So I can be that buffer zone, right, for these players. That's what my role will be. I think I can relate to these guys. I was just there.
Yeah.
So I definitely need to play that part. Plan on, just being there if they have problems, or they're young, right? So they haven't been through it, so I can help out with that too.
You're the mediator guy. You're the one that is like something goes wrong and they show the emotions coming off the field. You could be the one to grab them on the side and give them a little advice and be like, hey, blah blah blah. Like this is what you did. This is what I think you could have done, and don't worry about it. Move on to the next play. Like you're gonna be that player personnel that the players are gonna be comfortable with because they're gonna be getting better really fast with the mental approach that you have to the game, but also the skills that you can pass on.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like I don't know what to expect. Honestly, I'm just like I'm more excited to like go to spring training now than I was as a player. I feel like because you have a job, right? As a player, you don't know if you're even if you have a contract, like you still got to make the team out of camp.
And every day is different.
And sometimes it takes your bat a little bit to get going, and sometimes you're right from the start. So you never know. That's kind of like, oh, like, how are you feeling? Well, I don't know until I start playing. And even then, like, it can take a while with baseball. So I'm excited I don't have to perform anymore. You know?
I mean, you really don't. You have the whole year to do what you need to do to help these players. And that's the cool part. Like, I was already coached by you this weekend, and I loved it. Like, I loved where your head was. I loved how you said things. I loved the drills that we did. So I'm excited for that, and knowing that 30 minutes to an hour of hitting with you, how you're going to pass it on to these young guys. Like you're working with Cam, right? Who was a first rounder.
Yeah, Cameron Cannon. Yeah,
Cameron Cannon. He's a first rounder. Back in what year?
2019. Yeah, but yeah, with him it was just just fine tuning things. Sometimes you get in the habit of, and you don't know it. You don't know it until somebody's there with you, and it's like, okay, you're inconsistent with your barrel contact because maybe there's a little bit of your angle of approach or angle of attack is just a little bit low, right? So that high ball, you're susceptible to high ball, or you're late, or timing's off. So it's kind of just getting everything fine tuned. But with Cam, it was fun working with him because he has such raw talent. Like that's why
he was fun. He was fun to watch on Saturday.
Yeah, it's easier to coach pro ball, right? It's easier.
Well, because guys,
they get it. They know they have the skill. It's like you can. Now it's just fine tuning. It's like, okay, I can see things that was causing inconsistencies, or I know with watching so many of my at bats why I didn't get to fastballs inside, or why I was chasing pitches. Usually comes down to timing
approach.
And and just that slow, calm, like having a breath and keeping your hands light and everything's flowing.
Simplifying.
Cam, I'm excited to see what he does this year.
And is he signed anywhere yet, or is he still?
He's in the American Association. He's still unsigned, but he's a guy that's the thing. If you're out there and you're in a situation where you think you should be picked up, like you got to look at the guys that aren't picked up and compare your stats to these guys, compare everything. Like Cam's a first rounder and he's been up to AAA. He's proven that he can play in AAA, and he's in the indie ball. Like, he got if he tears it up, he's going to be signed. Like, if he hits well, if he hits over 300 and hits bombs, he's one of those guys that's just going to get picked up. He's 26, first rounder. He's already proven.
Does he have a position?
Oh yeah, he can play shortstop. He's a shortstop. So
he's a shortstop at 230 because he's huge. I can see him playing first base.
He'll project a little bit better at second.
Or maybe third.
Second or third, yeah.
I'm excited for him.
Yeah, same, dude. Same.
What, you played for 8 years because you left baseball for 2. Hi, Hunter. You left baseball for 2. You played about 8. Is that about right?
Parts of 9 seasons. In 2017, I signed with Fargo and went over 14. So
hey, we've all been there, dude.
Yeah, that was after I quit my medical sales job and I hadn't been playing for a year and a half. And I was like, oh, let's hit up this coach and see if he has any need for a second baseman. Sure enough, boom, meet us in St. Paul. I hadn't been playing in a year and a half.
Dude, and that was my first encounter. You even showed me video and I had no idea.
Yeah, I played you in front of 10,000 fans.
Holy moly.
At St. Paul.
What a place to play.
Weekend series, yeah.
And you got to play there during COVID, and I got to play you again after we played together in 18 and 19, and I play you in COVID year because I signed with Winnipeg.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember hitting a tying double in a crucial game for you guys. Like, I think if you guys win, you might have had a shot for playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
My 9 games with Winnipeg was just as bad as your weekend with Fargo. I was 5 for 28 with like 14 strikeouts, bro.
Yeah.
So we've all been there. And I was just coming off a hot 2 months shortened COVID season down in Sugar Land, hitting like 320.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
never
crazy
know
how
can go.
You never know. It's baseball.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question. You're in coaching now. You have this amazing resume, Mikey Reynolds, just playing everywhere, playing overseas, being an all-star in the ABL, which is Australia Baseball League, being an all-star in Can-Am, going up to AA, AAA with the Sod Poodles and wherever else your journey's been. You're just like me, a journeyman. What is your dream now? You're into coaching, but like, what is the ultimate dream that you want to leave this earth having?
Let's say like dream. I mean, I'm happy doing what I love, and that's coaching baseball now. So it's like if I can make a living out of coaching baseball and like, being a bright light and giving guys opportunities to advance their careers, like that's pretty much it for me. Like as far as my dream, if that gets me to the big leagues as a coach somehow, if they like my coaching philosophy and they like me as a coach, and that opportunity would come to coach something bigger than indie ball, if it were major leagues or D1 baseball, heck yeah, because the money's way better. Like, heck yeah,
don't do it for the money though. Teach our audience you're doing it for the passion.
Yeah,
you're doing it for the love.
My passion is coaching, and if you want to pay me $1 million to coach, yeah, let's go, let's do it.
And hell yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, I've been, like we've touched on it, like had an ego and was a guy who's very stubborn, uncoachable. I had bad traits to me that like I'm still working out and I need to get better at. But I think that like is obviously like the dream and goal in life is just to be a better man each day. Yeah. Right. And that's like slowly coming, right? It's slowly getting there. But once you realize what's important and what you can control and the things like whatever, if it's God, if it's a higher power, something that you can stay consistent. What gets you up in the morning, right? What gets you up in the morning? What do you look forward to? Like that's if you don't have anything to look forward to and you're not happy, like don't go to drugs, don't go to something else like to fill that void. You need to change the gym. Lifestyle. Change your lifestyle. That's it. Like change your lifestyle. Go to the gym. That's a big one. Putting your body through that stress that you can know that, oh man, I overcame that. Wow. If I overcame that, like I can do this, I can do that. But yeah, everybody's on the different paths. So that's what, like, I see a bunch of our friends that are married and, have kids on the way or have 3 kids by now. It's like, it's easy to compare yourself to somebody like, man, at 33, I didn't think I'd be here. I wish I had a family. But then again, like they wish sometimes that they had my life and our life too. So it's like, this is the path that I'm on and I love it. Like, I'm so happy that I'm on it. I've learned a lot and I get to meet a lot of people, travel a lot of places. I've got a lot of places to stay at if I needed to crash at a buddy's, right?
Ain't that facts. Yep.
So, I mean, a life experience that I've got playing and coaching will take me as far as I want, as far as it'll take me, I guess.
Dude, that's so good. And going with that, I listened to this little 3-minute podcast, and from this one episode, I'll see if I can find it and send it to you. But he says actions change attitudes, emotions change your emotions, and movements change your moods.
Mm,
So like if something ain't working, either create an action, create a motion, or create a movement.
mm. I like that. I like that.
So um, but that's all
You're
the
gonna be a
time we
good
got,
coach,
dude.
Breland. You're gonna be a good coach
Yeah, I
if you
I
ever
need
get there.
I need to. I think I will.
Oh yeah, player coach would be fun.
Well, that's my next. I think that's my way into coaching because you gave me the opportunity. It was just a little late
Hmm.
for this year, so I'm gonna go enjoy my Europe trip and have fun in Czech and play ball
What are
and
you looking
hopefully
forward to most? What are you looking forward to most going to the Czech Republic? Like, what have
on
you
on the
heard, and what are you scared of, and what are you looking forward to?
what I look forward to on the baseball side of things is my swing is the most powerful, consistent, and efficient swing I've ever had in my 13-year career so
Mm,
far. So I look forward to using that.
I
Um,
like that.
on the other baseball side is I look forward to passing on what I know as a 33-year-old to these young kids because my whole team is filled with 18 to 23-year-old kids that is in Czech. It's like a academy, they're raised
Hmm.
from 13U and they're just playing baseball and moving up. So I'm looking forward to passing on the American baseball knowledge to them.
Hmm.
And other than that, dude, I look forward to going to Europe, man. I've never been to Europe. Going to Czech, maybe find a couple wives. One, one, one would satisfy me. And just exploring.
Yeah,
I love traveling. Like
yeah, you're gonna enjoy it.
if I could get paid to travel, play baseball, and make smoothies, like that is my ultimate dream.
So the Czech League, for you guys that don't know, is 7 months or something long with 42 games. So it's like you're
Yeah,
playing
just
2 games a week. So there's a lot of time to travel, which is what guys that travel internationally and play in this league, they do a lot of is
mm,
travel. And if Braylon got there, yeah, we got to give a shout out to David Burns at Baseball Jobs Overseas.
yes,
Guys work really hard for guys like me and Braylon to get jobs internationally and to travel the world and play baseball doing it. So he's been doing that for a while. Um, David Burns with
yeah,
baseballjobsoverseas.com does a really good job.
big time. Thank you, Baseball
Mm-hmm.
Jobs Overseas, and Mikey, dude, thank you for hooking it up, man. I remember trying to get to Australia when you went after 18,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just a no-go. But just being consistent and persistent.
Yep.
Look at me now. I'm going to Europe. So
Oh yeah.
I'm going for an experience. I'm not looking forward to the wars and having to keep your head on a swivel. But
Yeah, it's scary.
looking
It's scary.
forward to a whole new culture and foods and meeting people and playing a different style of baseball. So
Yeah, it'll be an experience, that's for sure.
that's going to be my fun. I leave in exactly 3 weeks. Hopefully, I'll let you know if I come back to AZ before that. Um,
Yeah, would love
other
to have
other
you.
than that, bro, I think we're gonna have great years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'll definitely be hitting you up as a friend and as a player trying to reach out to a coach and get some advice
Yeah, and yeah,
every
for your
now and
swing, dude,
then.
send me some videos of your swing.
I
I love
love
looking at
that. I
swings.
love that close tee that we did, where it's literally on my back hip, and
Mm-hmm.
I
It's that you have to
actually.
sink into that hip, right? Because instead
Hmm
of like colliding or getting too out front on that front foot, I've got to really sit in that hip and get a path
You
inside the
really
ball.
got to learn how to use your
Use your
legs and
body, like
ground
athletically, right?
up.
It's all
Yeah,
about being athletic.
that was the
Yeah.
most challenging drill I've ever done. So,
Yeah,
and
that was only part of that 21. There was a harder one on there that we didn't
oh, I
do.
bet. But I mean, I thought that was a game changer because the day before at the live, I felt a little rotational,
Hmm.
and that drill I felt, and from the videos I took, helped me be
More
more
direct.
directional. and
Yeah.
towards
Tightens
center
it up.
field.
Tightens it up. Yeah. If you're around, you're going to just hook around that ball. And the first time you did that, right? The first time you did it, you're like, well, you feel it, right? It's a feel with hitting. Like the first time you did it, you're like, whoa, how's my body going to get there? I've got to figure this out.
Yeah. So, I'll be sending you videos and asking for more drills to do. That way I can spread it to these young kids out in Czech.
Heck yeah, dude. Spread the love. Spread the love.
Other than that, dude, go hit bombs at your Thursday night softball. I so wish I was there because my dad's playing softball at home too. They're 5 hours behind. Missing out on 2 softball nights.
Man. Shout out
bro,
to
I'm about to be out of here, bro. And you know my home base will eventually be in Arizona. So this home I'm living in is going to be an investment property. Fortunately, thanks to mom and dad and all their help and support throughout my years and hard work. So looking forward to tomorrow because that's all we have, right? Well, all we have is now, but
it's today.
all we
yes, sir, dude.
have
Thanks
is
for
now.
having me on, Bree. I loved it, man.
Bro,
that was fun.
Thank you for taking the time. Tell Dave, tell Bridget, thank you for letting you escape from the house. Hunter, thank you for being so patient. And we'll see you from the No Filter Network, everybody. Thanks, Mikey.
Heck yeah. Thank you.
Love you, bro.
Later, brother. Love you.
Shoots.